This is going to be janky. I forgot how to stream, I forgot how to play guitar. I don't even remember how to play Resident Evil. So, anywho. Let's play. What's up, TV man? What's up, Tristan Stetler? How's it going? How's it going? My IRL stream earlier was chopped. I couldn't really stream, and yeah, but I got these shades and this shirt, so I got a couple things. But yeah, it was kind of neat going up there. There wasn't a whole lot, but you know, it was kind of funny to go up north and hang with my brother for a bit. Thanks. Thanks, Negan. What's up, David the Shredder? How's it going? How you doing, man? Oh, Twitch alert, followed by Joe Rogan. Holy crap. Holy crap. That's a big follow. Three-hour podcast win. Shigeru-san, what's up? お元気ですか? What's up, Lynn? Outer Banks, can I play Getting Ribbed by King Cruel? I don't know that.良い、なんという、わからないね。漢字難しいね。アンソ。なるほど。アンソ。なんか、15年前に日本に住んでたしげるさん。僕は関西の方住んでた。いつか戻ります。What's up, David? This makes you want sushi. Iron Man Black Sabbath. 俺もまた来てや、持ってるぞ、ギタースター。俺も関西、関西、また来ますね。そうね。Turkish March. Be back later, Negan. All right, I'll see you later. All right. Tsugi no kyoku wa, kore wa, 椅子のゲームからこの曲は椅子の曲。The only fear is you, Van Halen solo. そうね、イースの曲。イースは日本ファルコンの、その会社、ゲームの会社。Van Halen. What's up, Doom Guy? KoれはMaza 3 Pollyanna. Jojo Jikimasu. What in the drummer? What's up? Tsugiwa Crazy Noisy Bizarre Town. Jojo Kimyo Boken. Part 4. This is Crazy Noisy Bizarre Town. 最高だ。いいね。ジョジョのアニメは最高だ。音楽も。Yeah, it's such a cool anime, JoJo. Under the Sun by Black Sabbath. Thank you for the 100 bits, Emo Killers. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, I've never played this one. But let's give it a shot. Just a second. One, two, oh, wait, three. That was Under the Sun by Black Sabbath. Ordering the YGM Strat. Nice, nice. I inspired you to get the Fender. Wow. I'm doing good, Hadouken. I had a failed IRL stream today, but it's all good. I got these sunglasses, I got this shirt. I was at the Gothic Market in Fredericksburg, Virginia. And yeah. You know, it's funny, I see posts where it's like, who plays metal on a Fender? And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna start telling people, yes, I play metal on a Fender. That's what I do. It's me, that's me, that's who's doing it. Thank you for giving me an easier song, Emo Killers. That was cool, yeah. Very interesting main riff, kind of odd pattern. 12/8 main riff is neat. Don't usually get like a 12/8. Can I play Glassing Way? Of course. Absolutely. I'd love to play Glassing Way. Can you play your favorite songs? Of course. Ride the goat. All right, so this version is the super ultimate version. Oh yeah, it's amazing. East, they always have like the normal game version, and then they do like an arrange. And I love the super ultimate version. It's really cool. They're both really cool on their own, but this one definitely has a extra layer of awesomeness to it. Kind of botched it, but it's a fun one. Now, I think Steven has a founder's badge. So he's like the first 10 subscribers or something like that. I think my first one might have been my brother, Mitch. But might as well just say yes. It's like Mitch or my friend Aaron or Justin, one of those guys. Captain Taisho Bushido Blaster, one of them people. Favorite YJM song, please. Thank you for the $5, Hadouken. Favorite? You're making me play favorites? I like so many. We're gonna try Little Savage. Random Japanese question. Are the Japanese really as racist as people say they are? I've heard outside of Tokyo, folks don't like foreigners of any type. Not true in my case. I lived there for 2 years in Nara, Kyoto, Amagasaki, Wakayama-ken, and Hiroshima, near Hiroshima. It was Shikoku, it's a small island, Niihama and Matsuyama. So I've been all around Japan, at least in the mostly rural areas. And I found there's a lot of wonderful people. There are older, angry types. There are salarymen who don't want to be bothered at all. And basically I had to stop and talk with everybody, and I was really young. And have I experienced some kind of racism there? Yes, I've experienced some kind of racism there, some kind of discrimination. You know, at the same time, you know, I'm kind of understanding that, you know, I was being a nuisance, you know, and I mean, but that's just kind of the nature of the task that I had to do. You know, I had to talk with people, and you know, so that, you know, so I could kind of understand, you know, stopping somebody in their busy day, they're trying to catch a train. I can understand that kind of annoyance. Racism, you know, I've been called monkey. I've been, you know, people that just don't really like gaijin very much. You know, but then again, you know, I've spoken perfect Japanese to old people, and they just kind of, I don't understand, you know, like even if you like say it you know, something perfectly, I don't know if that's like racism, but like, is there like Asian on Asian racism? I'm sure they have like a whole thing, you know, like I know Koreans, Japanese, Chinese, they are getting into some kind of thing, but there are other Asians that live in Japan. You know, there's Chinese people, there's Filipino, there's Koreans, you know, but you know, it is a country that is mostly Japanese. I don't think, you know, they've westernized a lot of Japan. You know, they make it very simple. They make it it is one of the easier countries to get around. They have a very good public transit. You know, I mean, the trains sometimes break down a lot. Have you ever heard of bad Japanese guitarists? Never heard of bad Japanese guitarists. No, they're all great. You know, it's I've only been doing game streams since last time. Yeah, I mean, I was addicted to Resident Evil. I might play some more, I don't know. It's been a while. Impish, welcome. Ever heard a song before? Michael Bennett, look it up when I'm free. Yeah, when I'm free, I guess. I haven't really lived in Tokyo or anything, so I couldn't really tell you. I know the feeling and like just the general attitudes are a little bit different in Tokyo than kind of like around Osaka. Osaka, people are pretty loud and kind of noisy. I don't mean like, they're just a noisier type, like the people on the trains, they actually talk. They're a little bit more active. And Tokyo, I've heard, they're much more silent, you know, they're very like, they don't want to stray out of line. You know, Osaka has kind of, they just have like a different vibe. You know, a little bit more rowdy. I like that, though. I don't know. So yeah, I don't know. Like, I've always kind of heard this kind of thing. I think that's one of those. I don't know, it's just one of those blanket statements. It doesn't really tell you the whole story. Are there stores that have like, hey, no foreigners, hey, if you don't speak Japanese, we don't want your business? Yes, there are stores like that. Is that from a racist angle? I think partially they don't speak English and they don't want to have any kind of embarrassment trying to help you, because I think in a lot of Japan, like, okay, go to a Mickey D's in America and go to a McDonald's in Japan, it's a stark difference. It is such a difference. I mean, being away from America and then like flying into Manhattan and then just hearing like people swear was just like kind of refreshing. Like, oh man, everybody's so rude here. And it's like, oh, I love it. Love being American. And then it's like, after 2 seconds, I'm like, oh man, I really miss Japan. Everybody was really nice there. You know, yeah, there's like kind of putting on a face type of thing, you know, but, ah, man, like, they have a saying there, "Okyakusama wa kami-sama desu," which is the customer is God. That's like I feel like that's something your average worker like takes into consideration. They live that way. Like they are very accommodating. They're very nice. Like never dealt with like a rude person in service in Japan. Like never. Like I can't recall anything. There's no interaction I've had. You know. It's kind of cool being a foreigner in Japan. Like, you feel like the Beatles, you know? Because there's a lot of people that want to practice English because they're learning English in school, or you know, they know a little bit. This is Japan, you know, hello. You know, they want to come up and say hi, whether they're like high schoolers or whether they're like just people, you know, college students. Like they're, you know, they like practicing English. I've taught a lot of free English classes out there. I wasn't there to be an English teacher or anything. Oh yeah, I mean, he's written books, he's on TV, he's been on so many different programs. His career in Japan is, you know, he is fully ingrained in the society. I've read his book, you know, I'm part of his fan club. I was in one of his music videos. You know, I love Marty Friedman. He's kind of a role model of just like somebody who, you know, he's a cultural ambassador there. You know, he plays for like the marathon. Like he's done it like 6 years in a row or so. You know, he's always said, you know, when you come to Japan, you got to think you're representing your country, whether you think that or not. Like whether you believe that you actually represent your country. That's sort of the, like, you know, people will ask you, hey, what do you think about this? Why do Americans do, like, you represent your country. And, you know, and that's kind of a funny thing for me, because it's like, I don't represent America. I'm very myself. I'm very like individualistic. They have like there is a collectivism there. There is a collectivism there, sort of in the mindset, but the King brothers of Osaka, the garage rock, I've not heard of them. Yeah, it's I don't know. it's very interesting because, you know, there's sort of a mindset in Japan, you don't want to like rock the boat. You think of it like you're on an island, you don't want to rock the boat. It's like living on a cruise ship versus, you know, America. America, you can go anywhere, you know, if anybody, you know, crosses you, you know, you're free to do whatever you want, basically. Japan, they're a lot more conscious of other people, I would say. It's just in the mindset. For better or for worse. I think in most parts it's for better. That's something to, if you have any kind of interest in going to Japan or staying for an extended period, or even working in Japan, you know, saving face, yes, that's something they believe in. You know, but I would say learning the language is kind of, I would say it's pretty important there because there's so many nuances in the customs that without understanding Japanese, the feeling, like just there are just certain things that kind of make a lot more sense knowing Japanese. How to greet, or, you know, they generally, even if they're so bothered by your presence. I've had people, they've flat out rejected me to my face, and they left me with like a bag full of Mikan oranges. And it's like, this is like a parting gift type of thing. So I would say this is, you know, I've seen videos about how prostitution is super mainstream there. A good percentage of married couples see prostitutes on the regular, pretty nuts. I don't know how much of that is true. The pop culture, films, music, and anime. I mean, the culture it's so much more than the, you know, than all of that. There's a nugget of what Japan is, you know, in the creative minds and some of their sentiments. But like real Japan, you know, the rural areas, you know, working on the rice paddies and things like that. I've casted seed, and and I've gotten pretty acquainted with just a lot of what they have to offer. More than just kind of the anime. I play a lot of anime music. I don't really watch a ton. I've seen a bit, but, you know, there's so much more to it. Yeah, I mean, there is like streetwalkers and prostitution, you know, it's a little, you know, it's like a more accepted thing, I would say. America's very shallow in pop culture compared to other countries. Yeah, true. It's also kind of the epicenter of all the stuff, you know. It's like going to Vegas. It's very interesting how much of the world it represents, but very surface level, yet very strong. Like it's such a small, the strip of Vegas is so small, but it's got everything. Seeing like Gordon Ramsay's restaurant, and, you know, Emerald, and, you know, Wolfgang Puck, and all these things, and it's like, yeah, cyberpunk. I mean, William Gibson, his Neuromancer novel, Neo Tokyo, you know, the 80s was kind of this, like, there was a technological war of America versus Japan. This was kind of like this was like a thing. Did I take what's up, Cinema Plug? Did I take the customary American in a samurai armor photo shoot? I actually didn't, but I did go to like Matsuyama-jo, which is like the castle. Yeah, it's super strange that so many people are obsessed with Japan simply because of anime. Super weird. Well, anime, like animation, it used to be a lot better. You know, if you grew up in the 90s, there was a lot of good, strong Western animation. And I would say there was strong, yeah, I wish I was able to do the samurai armor. I just didn't have time, or they didn't have it then. William Gibson, the Yakuza. I've met Yakuza. I've been in their houses and apartments and stuff. Johnny Mnemonic, yeah, Johnny Mnemonic. That was a funny movie. Funny movie, not great, but weird as well. Yeah, Neuromancer. Neuromancer is a crap novel. It's not that good. It's very boring. But the beginning with like Neo Tokyo and Case, like it's all right. But you know, yeah, I don't know. Like anime though, like anime is definitely like I would be lying if I didn't say there was a big part of like my interest that's sprung from anime or games. Growing up with like Mega Man and Castlevania and stuff. Like they're very much like they, kind of a surface level observation is Japan is they're very good copycats. But the thing is, they take what's already been done and they really perfect and are really good at blending things. In Japanese pop music, you will hear a metal guitar solo in a lot of it. It could be, don't the Japanese have a derogatory term for Westerners that go to Japan because of anime? Would that be weeaboo? I don't know. JDM car culture. Jack Della Maddalena? No, I'm just kidding. Video gaming, seafood, ancient history, probably my top things to visit Japan for. I mean, and there's so much to see, like if I were to recommend anybody going to Japan, like Arashiyama, I mean, these are like touristy spots. Arashiyama, Nara Park, Osaka Jokoen, some castle, Himeji Castle or something. Anywhere in Kansai, there's a lot of cool things. Frequented the Uji Bridge. It had like a famous battle in like the Edo period. There's a lot of cool stuff. There's a lot of cool stuff there. Any kind of shrine. I saw Mount Fuji. I never went because I didn't live in like Tokyo. If I were to revisit, probably would check out more of Tokyo. So I'm sure that would be cool. I want to live there. Yeah, I actually want to live there. I want to go. I speak the language. I can get by. I don't have any like degree. I know they definitely are. They're probably a little bit more restrictive and protective of visas and things. I was in Kansai, like Osaka, Nara, Kyoto, near Kobe. You too, Alex Sessions. Hell of a bottle, put over milk. John Mnemonic soundtrack. Yeah, so I was kind of in that region. But yeah, like it was cool. Maybe like Osaka or Tokyo, I don't know. Either or. I'd love to live either. Osaka, I speak Kansai Ben a little bit. Like I know that dialect. It's like the thing about like speaking Japanese, like it's good to be polite in all that you do. And I try to. I sometimes begin informally though, and I think part of it is it's sort of. I mean, I'm American. It's kind of like a magic trick being a foreigner in Japan. Like, the thing is, like, they're very kind. They'll compliment your Japanese even if it's horrible or you only know one word, because they're being polite. They're being polite. That's just something they're, oh, totemo jouzu desu ne. Like, they'll just say, oh, you're so good at Japanese. Like, but I'll keep on talking and is that where most Yakuza operate? I mean, I've been in, like, I was in Ehime-ken, there was a pretty big Yakuza presence there. Kansai had some too, but like, the Yakuza is a lot less, I'm not going to say important, but they're definitely, you can get the younger Japanese women 18, 24 if you're from the US. Is it true if you're over 40? I don't know. I know some people go and they're losers. Smells like Teen Spirit. There. Got the last note wrong, just for you. I will say I've definitely seen some super nerdy guys where it's like, how did he get her? How did he get her? And just with like a Japanese woman way out of his league. I've seen that many times. On the same token, I've seen I've seen just nerds just not be able to get by because they refuse to learn the language. They, don't really get out and stuff. I think if you're going to Japan, learn the language best you can, especially the polite form. Get used to the customs and different things and ask a lot of questions. It doesn't matter how you learn Japanese. You could learn Japanese from hentai. It doesn't matter. Marty Friedman learned Japanese basically from dirty magazines. He was taking a correspondence course in like Ohio, I think. I forget. But his teacher was very proper, older lady, kind of conservative, kind of very, reserved kind of person. And, he's like, hey, I'm learning Japanese, reading this kind of risque stuff. I mean, isn't that kind of wild? And she was like, you know what? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you read as long as you read. And that's true. As long as you're always working on something, if you're always reading something, you can, you will learn Japanese, Will it be the most effective? Will it be polite? Or will it really get you forward? Well, but to be fluent, you expose yourself you try to read everything, you immerse yourself. You have to speak it, you have to read it, you have to just take on as much as you can, and whatever you learn, you have to use that day. And I think as long as you're always trying to put yourself in maybe uncomfortable situations, you'll thrive a lot more. If you're only going to teach English, there's people who've been teaching English in Japan for years and years. They don't know any Japanese. Not like at all. They just do that and they do nothing. Maybe they just drink and then they're just losers. And it's like, they seem like creative minds, like artists of any kind. I've met a lot of creative artists in Japan, and yeah, there's a level of proficiency there that I really admire, and you know, it definitely shows in a lot of the music and things that in the acts I see. I'm a big fan of like the visual K genre. You know, like Malice Miser, and you know, a lot of these like cool old bands, ex Japan. You know, I really like the aesthetic. You know, it's just I've always been aware of that stuff. It's not new or shocking to me. It's very, you know, I never really felt like a big culture shock when I went there. I'll be honest, I never felt it. Actually, the only time I really felt a culture shock was sitting on a toilet. It was the heated toilet seats. That probably was the culture shock right there. Darren Gray, yeah. I wouldn't live in Los Angeles or New York City. Yeah, I would not. I wouldn't. No, I've never liked New York. Not at all. I've visited many times. It's so expensive. It just, I don't know. I don't get it. I've seen Broadway shows. I mean, that's probably part of it too. I've, you know, seen other stuff. I mean, there's a lot of people that live there. There's a lot of good bands and stuff, but no, it's not really my vibe. Los Angeles, no. I don't know if it's getting any better. I mean, when I visited LA back in like 2018, it was Mono is another Japanese post-rock orchestral band. Yeah, there's a lot of cool post-rock bands there too, as well. I'd say they're definitely you know, and there's bands that kind of incorporate that style too. Like I'd say you might find a band that doesn't strictly do one of those things, but they always blend something. You know, Gakurik Spin is cool band. There's a lot of good girl bands there. Bandmade, Gakurik Spin, Hagane, East of Eden, Unlucky Morpheus. It's a guy and girl band. They're really good. I follow a streamer for New York. Her rent is for a tiny apartment is $4,000 per month. Probably has roommates, unless she has a lot of shrimps. Melt Banana, yeah, I've heard of them. Yeah, there's a lot of cool bands. Boris, yeah. There's a lot of cool bands. In the meantime, I haven't really been able to talk with my friend Jason lately. He's probably dealing with like the birth of his second child. I don't know. Anyway, what is it? I've been listening to X Japan a lot lately, so I've been like going through their discography. Guns Roses, Brazil. Boa noite. Thank you for coming. Obrigado. Saw them at Lollapalooza in Chicago like 16 years ago. Daywalker. You have some requests? Maserati band from Georgia, post-rock, sound like Tangerine Dream, but don't use keyboards, just guitar, bass, drum, synthesizer, instrumental. Have the perfect song. The drummer from X Japan, Yoshiki, played classical piano concerts with full orchestra. Yeah, he, I think like the first or second album, yeah, he like quoted Bach. Like he had like some Bach lines in some of the tracks. Like he's super talented. Like he also plays piano very well. Yeah, I think, yeah, Yoshiki made a documentary, I'm pretty sure. It's like 10-minute song. Brent, what's up? This song was Inventions by Maserati. Lacking in musical streams, lacking Negan. Don, what's up? It was interesting. Yeah, kind of just, you know, those kinds of tunes, I always just try to find like a pocket to play in, and I was like, oh yeah, my echo patch. I needed to like copy that and get it near some of my other effects. So I was like, you know what, I need to do that. I forgot to play guitar because of Resident Evil doesn't seem like it to you. What's up, Evandario? What's up? Wearing red glasses is weird. Guitar dance. Yeah, I mean, it has a very just consistent kind of thing, you know. I could imagine that being played at like a club, just people just vibing. It's almost like I could play almost anything, it would be okay. So I just try to like find what works. Can I play the save room theme of Resident Evil? The drummer who played on that song was Jerry Fox. Saw them live with him 2009. A month later, he was killed when he fell 5 stories to his death down an elevator shaft. Jeez. I saw Black Dahlia Murder opened for Meshuggah, and then like everything closed because of the pandemic, and then the singer unfortunately took his own life. I think I saw the last concert with them. I don't know, I didn't fact check that, but I know it was one of his last, and he like just got back with the band or something. He was just like, yeah, whatever, I'm fat, I don't care, I'm good, glad I'm back. And they played a good show. Unfortunate. I didn't really know much about them. Just keep saving over the same file. Yeah, but you need ink ribbons. You don't have unlimited. This isn't casual mode where you got like unlimited. Sounds like Enzo F when he plays his originals. You want to? Okay, that's different. Yeah, it was unfortunate. Yeah, I think yeah, I don't know. I know people were very upset about that. I play some Porcupine Tree. Negan, slap your wrist. Slap your wrist right now. Just do that. Cut it. Cut it. What are you doing? Quit skimping, scampering. DK rap.